My name is Kelly, and my husband, whom I married 5 years ago, passed away 3 years ago in an accident. He was a kind and compassionate person. I met him through my brother Bob, who had been friends with him since high school, and he used to visit our house often. He was not very tall, had a slightly overweight physique, and was far from being handsome. However, what attracted me to him was his kindness. He noticed small things and would do anything I asked without complaining. Despite his lack of confidence, I loved him just the way he was. One day, as a college student, I confessed my feelings, saying, "I like you, and I want to be in a relationship with you." At that moment, he became flustered, and his face turned bright red. That's how I won his heart, and we decided to get married at the age of 25. We had happy days together, and having someone who looked only at me and loved only me made me feel blessed. I thought it would last forever, but then, a sudden accident shattered everything. The times without him were painful, leading me into a dark world. No matter how much time passed, my tears never dried, and I cried every day. If my brother hadn't reached out to me while watching me suffer, I might have followed him. "Kelly, my restaurant is so busy. I can't handle it. Can you help me?" My brother, who owned a restaurant, had never asked me for help before. But this time, he showed weakness. Looking back now, I thought that helping out at the restaurant might help me recover gradually from the cheerful person I used to be. 3 years passed, and now I find my purpose in working at the restaurant. I bring dishes my brother makes and wash them. It's a life that I could never have imagined when I was working as an office clerk in a company. More and more customers are coming to see my smile. "I don't understand what's so good about that ugly smile of yours, but it must be doing something right for me," my brother said, laughing. His words, though harsh, had warmth to them. One day, a female college student came into the restaurant. She ordered but looked around the restaurant, particularly focusing on the kitchen. Wondering if she's a fan of my brother's dishes, I went to her table when she called. She said it was delicious and placed a white piece of paper on the table. "Please don't show this to the kitchen," she said, and left. Curious, I opened the paper after she left. It only had one sentence written on it: "Your husband's lover. Take responsibility for the pregnancy." Confused and shocked, I couldn't understand the meaning of those words. A pregnancy with the person who passed away 3 years ago. When was this even? She looked about 20 years old. If it was a love affair, it must have been 3 years ago, so when she was 17 in high school. I couldn't imagine my husband getting involved with a high school student. He, who loved only me, would never do such a thing. Besides, even when he saw high school girls, he would just laugh and say they were kids. Words like sugar daddy were frequently used and had become issues. Upon hearing that, he would say, "I wonder how people can do this with high school students. All but men like younger women, right?" I intentionally steered the conversation towards his true feelings. Young? Well, some people might be into that, but I can't imagine it. High school students are just that, high school students. I only see them as kids. I'm only interested in Kelly, and I don't think youth means anything. What matters is looking at the person right in front of you. Anyway, why does something like this happen? It's foolish, isn't it? It won't lead to a real romantic relationship. I was relieved by my husband's words. This man won't betray me. It will be all right for sure. So I will continue to love only him. I will support him and savor the happiness of the present. However, what does this note mean? At night, after closing the shop, I consulted with my brother. I was given something like this. My brother took the note I handed over and laughed foolishly. "What's this about a lover? That's impossible. How could someone who passed away 3 years ago have a lover? Aren't you getting worked up over something absurd? But it's just a silly prank." The person who left it was probably a student in her 20s. Maybe it was meant as a joke. But there's no way he would do something like this, right? Certainly, he was head over heels for you. So when she comes next time, why not ask her directly? Find out her intentions behind this prank. Clean his name. Yeah, that's a good idea. As my brother suggested, it could be resolved by simply asking her. There's no way something like this could be true. Several days passed, but the woman I thought would come again never showed up. Although I was concerned about the note, I had no idea who she was or where she came from, so I thought it might end as a prank. However, just when I decided to forget about it, the phone at the shop rang. Hello? I answered cheerfully, but the caller was a young woman. Instinctively, I thought, is this the same woman from before, and gripped the receiver tightly. Did you read my note? I could hear a sly laugh in her voice, an unpleasant laugh. Yes, I saw it, but I don't understand what it means. Was it a prank or a tasteless joke? That's why I wrote it. I'm your husband's lover. I got pregnant by your husband. That's impossible. Can you tell me more about it? Details, you say. Can your mind handle it? Yes, I'll be fine. My husband would never do something like that. My husband would never cheat. He loves only me. No way. Why do you think that men are all the same? In the end, they slide into reality. Your husband betrayed you. Why don't you accept that reality? You've been betrayed. There's no way something like that could happen. What she's saying is wrong. I know that, but I don't know how to make her understand it. That's what I don't understand. When did this happen? And if it's true, what about the child? They should have been born long ago and be 3 years old, right? Huh. What are you talking about? That's impossible. Your husband got me pregnant, so I'm pregnant now. That's strange. My husband would never do something like that. What? Happy about it? Are you some kind of pervert being happy that your husband is cheating on you? No, it's not like that. But the idea of him cheating is just impossible, you know. I understand that, but I'm pregnant with your husband's child. This fact can't be changed. You're misunderstanding something. I think you should talk to someone else, not me. Why should I? I know it was your husband. He's having an affair with me, so it's only natural that I'm pregnant. Then where did you meet? I was working part-time at a store your husband used to come there. He was a customer. Yes, he used to come every day and persistently ask me out. No matter how many times I declined, he kept insisting. I went out with him reluctantly. In the end, when did this happen? Does it matter when? Within the past 3 years, of course. That's unbelievable. You've got the wrong person. My husband. I'm not mistaken. Your husband had your photo on his phone. Certainly, he would have my photo if it were mine, but it's impossible. If something like this were true, I would want to meet him again. Well, if that's true, I'm actually happy. Huh? What are you talking about? Are you going crazy because your husband cheated on you? No, it's not that. But it happened within the past 3 years, right? That's right. Could you tell me when it happened? Why are you so persistent? 6 months ago. 6 months. I looked at my brother. He was also laughing, saying, if that's true, then it's a ghost. A woman impregnated by a ghost is quite something. You seem quite relaxed about it. Thanks to being impregnated by your husband, my life has gone haywire. What are you going to do about it? Why would you say that? My husband passed away 3 years ago. Huh? Are you trying to make up such a lie to escape? I'm not trying to escape. It's the truth. He passed away in an accident 3 years ago. This is a fact. I can't believe such a thing. Could you be mistaken for someone else? There's no way. I've been to your store, and I've seen your husband in person. I wouldn't mistake someone I like. Is he really my husband? Yes, we work together, don't we? I thought for a moment. The only 2 men I work with are my brother and employee Tom. How old is this person? Around 30. Is he slim or on the heavier side? He's slim, tall, and quite handsome, I think. You're wasting your chances with him. I looked at the 2 men in the kitchen. Tom was tall but on the heavier side, while my brother was tall, slim, and, I hate to admit it, quite handsome. So the woman who visited the store and saw the kitchen probably mistook my brother for my husband. But I couldn't imagine my brother getting involved with such a young girl. Still, I had a feeling this woman wouldn't admit her mistake even if I told her. Which university do you attend? Huh? Why do I have to tell you that? If you want him to take responsibility as my husband's lover, shouldn't you reveal your identity? As long as you provide the money, that's enough. I just need the money to raise this child. Why? I wonder. What do you mean? If you claim to be his lover, shouldn't you talk to him directly instead of calling his wife? I can't do that. It would cause him trouble. I can't inconvenience him like that. By telling me all of this, you're already causing him a great deal of trouble, don't you think? That's just an inconvenience for you, not for him. When you separate from your spouse, what do you think will happen? By that time, he'll probably come to me. So, you want to marry him? Marriage? I'm not thinking about that at all. Anyway, if you give me the money, I won't interfere with your marriage. If he's happy being with you as a couple now, I won't ruin his family. That's quite a generous approach. Or I could consider having an abortion, but I'd still need money for that. How much are you asking for? 1 million. 1 million? Yes, 1 million. If you give me that much, I'll forget about you two as a couple. In that case, can you come to the store tomorrow at 3 o'clock? Will you have the money ready? Yes, I'll prepare for it. But this is only if what you're saying is true. I can't agree to this kind of conversation over the phone during business hours. If I go there at 3 o'clock tomorrow, he won't be there, right? Why not? Wouldn't it be better if he was there? You can have a proper conversation with him. If you don't talk to him face to face, you won't know if the child in your belly is really his. I'm sure he'd be delighted. You're insane. It's a child from your husband's affair. The child is innocent, isn't it? If it's true, it is true. Well then, I'll give you the opportunity to talk to him. That's not necessary. Why not? Because if I did that, it would cause him trouble. It's cruel to meet his lover in front of his wife, isn't it? Oh, I think he'd be pleased. After all, it's a relationship that resulted in having a child. No, I want to talk to you, not him. Why are you so stubborn? Well, fine then, if that's what you want. Anyway, come tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Got it? And please don't tell him anything. I hung up without saying yes or I understand. Then, my brother and Tom looked at me. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. So what was it all about? It turns out it's one of the guys from this store. Then employee Tom shook his head. That's not me. I have a wife, you know. Huh, Tom, you're married? Yes, to a 2D wife. I'm dedicated to her. Oh, I see. Indeed, for an anime enthusiast like Tom, real-life women were probably out of the question. My brother also denied it entirely. I'm not interested in students. I prefer ripe fruits over green ones. You're saying all that, but basically you're into mature women, right? Well, you could say that. But you know, judging from the appearance of the woman, it seems she's more into someone like your brother. Huh, manager, did you have an affair with a girl? Hey, stop it. Well, it doesn't seem like that either way. But one thing's for sure, it's not my husband. So, what are you going to do? She mentioned tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Yeah, I told her to come at 3 o'clock tomorrow. She asked for 1 million, right? Yeah, she did. She demanded 1 million while talking about taking responsibility. But there's no way I have that kind of money. That's strange. Is this some kind of money-focused scam? Yeah, I think so too. Plus, the fact that she refuses to meet her supposed affair partner is just not adding up. Yeah, if you think about it normally, as a lover, you want to talk it out with the other person. Refusing to meet someone you supposedly like is hard to believe. This person needs to be exposed for who they really are. You can even file charges for fraud or defamation. True, but I don't really want to go that far with a girl. Is that so? I think she should face the consequences. She should learn from the pain and never do it again. If we involve the police, her life will be in ruins. That's just pitiful, Kelly. You're kind. I believe he would say, hate the sin, not the sinner. Yeah, he would probably say that. So, I didn't want to push her too hard. If possible, I wanted to resolve this peacefully. I want to make her realize that what she's doing is wrong. If I can do that, I believe she'll be saved. And so will I. My husband would understand my intentions. The next day arrived, and we closed the shop temporarily to wait for 3 o'clock. After taking a short break, we would usually open the restaurant in time for dinner. However, today we didn't have the luxury of taking our time. My brother Tom and I were all waiting exactly at 3 o'clock. The door to the shop opened, and a woman walked in. She claimed to be pregnant, but there was no sign of a protruding belly. My brother and Tom were hiding in the shadows of the kitchen, watching us. I invited the woman in and served her a cup of coffee, even though she shouldn't be drinking it if she's pregnant. Please have some coffee to calm down. The woman didn't hesitate and took a sip of the coffee. I knew it. She's not really pregnant. Her belly isn't showing, and this just doesn't seem like a pregnant woman. Is this cheap coffee? You're being stingy. Poor guy deserves better. I'm sorry about that. This isn't a coffee specialty shop. So have you prepared the 1 million? 1 million? Huh? Why do you think I can just come up with that kind of money? Why not? You said you'd have it ready yesterday. Well, I did say that, but I didn't promise to have it ready. Besides, it's not easy to come up with such a large sum of money. Why not? Your restaurant is always so crowded. I know how many customers you have. True, thankfully, we have many customers. But you see, this isn't my shop. I'm just an employee here. No way, it's not a lie. Why are you lying to protect your husband like this? It's not like that. I just find it strange that you're claiming to be my husband. What's so strange about it? All right then, let's meet my husband, shall we? I told you I don't want to meet him. All right. I placed a photo of him on the table that I had brought from home. What is this? My husband. He passed away 3 years ago, my beloved husband. No, if you claim to be my lover, that would mean we were dating 3 years ago, right? In that case, you were in high school. Are high school students dating 28 or 29-year-old men? But the style you were describing yesterday seems quite different. My husband isn't skinny, and he's not handsome either. So, is this person really your lover? No, it's not like that. It's not him at all. Stop lying. You work in the kitchen here. To go to such lengths, you're a truly terrible woman. Then it seems my husband's lover is someone else. My husband is the only person like this person, but he works together here. That's right. Bob, Tom, come out, please. When the two of them came out of the kitchen, the woman pointed at my brother and exclaimed, "This one, he's your husband." Oh, was it me? I've never played with you. But if you love me so much that you want to imagine a pregnancy, should we start dating now? I'm not married either, and it might just be perfect. My brother laughed and put his arm around the woman's shoulders. The woman, who had just spoken to someone for the first time and was subjected to such treatment, had a twisted expression on her face. Meanwhile, Tom took her bag and pulled out her student ID from inside it. Well, your name is Anna, right? You go to the university, which is pretty close by. Hey, give it back. Don't take things out of someone's bag like a thief. Easy there. You were trying to extort money from me with lies about pregnancy and 1 million. You were attempting fraud and slandering Kelly's husband. Now you want it back. Give it back. Why did you do something like this? If you tell the truth, I'll get it back to you. Well, if you don't tell me, I'll expose you to the university. Is that okay? I did it because I liked you. I lie because I liked you. Give it back. I told you so. It's fine. It was clear that it was a desperate lie to get out of the situation. But if she said she did it because she told the truth, there was no choice but to give it back. Here you go. The woman snatched the student ID card that Tom had handed her and put it in her bag. Anna, if you like me that much, do you want to date from now on? Exclusive to hotels. Stop it. She responded seriously to her brother's joke, broke, and left the store with her face all red. I see, was it because you liked me? There's no way it was like that. It was just a lie to get out of the situation. Well, it's okay. The manager seems happy, but why did you do something like this? I'll look into it. You can't investigate something like this, can you? Don't underestimate me. I may look like this now, but I used to be in a special unit during my free days. A special unit. From just one photo, we can find out everything about the person, from their address to their school, home, and family composition. And if there's something I can't figure out on my own, I can ask my friends from the special unit, and they'll catch it faster than the police. I see. That's kind of scary in a way. So, I'll investigate it right away, Tom said with a smile on his face. In less than 2 days, Tom told her a lot of information, but the more she heard, the more ridiculous it seemed. In other words, it was all because of that woman's selfishness. It made her angry to think that her husband had been slandered for such a thing. But this solved everything. Even if the woman came again, there were plenty of ways to deal with her. Moreover, since she had already said that she liked her brother, she decided it was best to leave it to her brother, after all. After all the embarrassment she went through, she probably won't come again, Tom said with a smile. Both she and her brother agreed on that point. Even if she did come again, she wouldn't be in her right mind. However, 3 days later, the woman unexpectedly showed up. As soon as she entered the store, she pointed her smartphone screen at her. You're the one who did this, right? Huh? What do you mean by this? This? She showed her the screen. On it, it said that Anna, a student at my university, had pretended to be pregnant and tried to scam 1 million. It even detailed her passionate affair with a white university professor and the reality of her sugar daddy activities, as well as the fact that her 1 million debt was due to cosmetic surgery. Is this true? It's true. And I'm in trouble because of it. It's because you posted this. I didn't do anything. I didn't tell anyone else except you. Who else would know about this? Pretending to be a mistress, getting pregnant, and then demanding 1 million. Who else would know about that? But I really didn't know. I don't even use social media. Then who did it? Because of this article. I'm being told to drop out of university. Oh, that's tough. It's more than tough. Even the university professor who used to be my sugar daddy is avoiding me because he's afraid of getting involved with me. How many people were you in that kind of relationship with? It's for the money. You mean you spent money on plastic surgery? I need money for my cosmetic surgery to maintain this face. But how could you do this to me? If I run out of money, my face will start to deteriorate. That's scary. So it's your fault. Take down this article. Take down all of this. Even if you asked me to take it down, it wasn't me who posted it, so there's nothing I can do. Why not? I just did it to pay off the debt I incurred from my cosmetic surgery. Wait a minute. Did you frame my husband to pay off the debt from cosmetic surgery? That's right. But in the end, your husband was already dead, so there was nothing I could do. I thought he was the manager because he was close to you. That's a bit, considering what you did to my husband. This is unavoidable. But I didn't do it? That's right, Anna. Kelly didn't do anything. Maybe someone was watching. In this day and age with advanced technology, you never know who's watching and where. Besides, you should be grateful that it ended with just this. In reality, you could be charged with defamation and fraud against Kelly's husband. And that wouldn't be surprising. Why would it be defamation against a person? You can still be charged with defamation against the deceased. You're a university student, so you should have that much knowledge. If you keep making a scene here, your story will spread on social media again. What did you do? Look around you. When she looked around, the customers who should have been eating were all pointing their smartphones at Anna. It was probably a video. It was clear that they were planning to publish a follow-up article. This is terrible. Because of this article, I have to drop out of university, and I don't even know what will happen to my job. She shouted and quickly left the store. She ran away. But who on earth would write such an article? I wonder who it could be. Tom was laughing, but he said, in reality, you're doing something that could get you arrested by the police. It's fortunate that you didn't get caught. That's probably why you're getting your just desserts. He said, and when he returned to the kitchen, he laughed and said, I surprisingly understand it, and raised his thumb. After that, Anna reportedly quit the university. She cried and exposed the truth in the store, and the article started to spread rapidly on social media again, revealing her attempted fraud. Her friends were disgusted with her, and all the people who had been her friends left her. She even broke up with her boyfriend at the time, and in no time at all, she lost everything. Unable to find work, she fell into the nightclub scene. However, even there, she was looked down upon because of the social media articles, and customers who approached her thinking she was an easy target quickly got tired of her. Harassed by her colleagues, she finally left the job. In the end, she couldn't find a job and faced daily scolding from her parents, which took a toll on her mental health. She couldn't work and couldn't go outside. All she had waiting for her was a deteriorating appearance and a dark room. On the other hand, as for me, I continue to work at my brother's restaurant. Customers who look forward to my smile often ask me out. And I've been dating a man with a similar build to my late husband, enjoying our dates. My brother, on the other hand, seems to be considering dating college girls as he's engrossed in some strange websites, and our employee Tom is deeply immersed in his 2D wife. Our restaurant, as bustling as ever, fills the air with delicious scents, waiting for customers.